Before I became a life insurance agent, I spent about 15 years in the restaurant industry, mostly bartending. Honestly, I loved it. I met so many great people, built strong communication skills, learned how to multitask under pressure, and genuinely enjoyed the work. But as much as I loved the lifestyle, there was always this underlying stress that I couldn't shake. There were no benefits, no 401k, no retirement plan, no health insurance. And the older I got, the more real that became. Internally, what I really wanted was freedom. Freedom with my time, peace of mind, and security for my family as I got older. Externally, I knew I needed a way to build wealth, plan for retirement, and make sure my kids wouldn't struggle the way that I did growing up. I truly believed that if you didn't have a company 401k with matching, you were basically out of luck when it came to retirement. That belief made me feel powerless. The idea that your income just stops when you retire honestly scared me. I also wanted to create generational wealth for my kids. My parents didn't have much money growing up, and without that stability, it was really hard. I didn't want that same uncertainty for my children, but I didn't see a clear path to make it happen. On top of all that, I believed that life insurance was only something that mattered when you died. I thought it was for your beneficiaries, not for you. And that belief kept me stuck. Everything changed when I came across a short video on social media, either Instagram or Facebook, that talked about the living benefits of life insurance. That single moment completely shattered what I thought I knew. For the first time, I saw that life insurance wasn't just about death benefits. There were policies designed to be used while you were alive. It wasn't a person sitting across from me at the time. It was just information. But that information acted like a guide, opening my eyes to something I had never been taught. That was my aha moment, if you will. It showed me that there were other options out there for retirement, wealth building, and financial control. Options I didn't need an employer to give me permission to use. That realization inspired me to dig deeper and actually take action instead of just staying stuck in fear. Once my mindset shifted, I became obsessed in the best way possible with learning everything I could. I dove into understanding indexed universal life and how it works and why it's structured the way that it is. I started attending webinars, watching trainings, asking questions, and learning from mentors who were already using these strategies in their own lives. The more I learned, the more confident I became that this wasn't just a theory. It was a real, legitimate financial tool that most people simply aren't taught about. Every layer of education reinforced my new belief. I didn't have to rely on a traditional 401k to build a secure future. I could create something intentional, flexible, that was aligned with my personal goals. Eventually, I stopped just learning and started implementing. I put an IUL in place for myself and began using it as part of my long-term financial strategy. I learned how it could be used for tax advantage growth, protection, and future income planning while still providing life insurance coverage. What changed wasn't just the numbers, it was how empowered I felt. For the first time, I felt like I had control over my retirement. I wasn't depending on an employer, the stock market alone, or a system that didn't account for people like me who spent years in industries without benefits. I finally had a strategy that aligned with my desire for flexibility, stability, and long-term security for my family. I'm sharing my story because I know I'm not alone. There are so many people who work hard, love what they do, but feel anxious about the future, especially if they don't have traditional benefits or feel like they're behind. I want people to know that there are options and that life insurance doesn't have to be something that only matters when you're gone. This is about peace of mind while you're alive. It's about choice. It's about creating stability and generational wealth, even if you didn't grow up with any of it. If any part of my story resonates with you, my call to action is simple. Get curious, ask questions, learn what's possible. You deserve a financial future that gives you freedom and control and confidence, no matter where you're starting from. If you want more information, comment legacy down below.